We're talking about the 1964 D. Abraham Lincoln penny. Stick around because today we're diving into what makes this coin so valuable, how to spot one, and why you should absolutely check that old piggy bank. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Let's start with the basics. The D on the 1964 D penny stands for Denver, where it was minted. At first glance, this coin looks like your average copper penny. Nothing special, right? Wrong. What makes it extraordinary is its rarity and some fascinating quirks that collectors are losing their minds over. Now, here's the kicker. Not every 1964 D penny is worth millions, but there's a special version out there. A rare proof-like mint error that has collectors digging through their old jars of coins like they're on a treasure hunt. Imagine finding that in your couch cushions. A few years ago, I came across an old jar of coins my grandma had tucked away in the back of a closet. I thought, what's the worst that could happen? I'll find a couple of quarters for a vending machine. Lo and behold, I found a 1964 D penny. My heart stopped for a second. Could it be the one? Spoiler alert. It wasn't worth $4 million, but it was still worth a few bucks, which isn't bad for something that was just gathering dust. So, what makes these rare versions so valuable? It's all about the details. Look closely for a flawless strike, sharp edges, and a mirror-like finish. These characteristics are what separate a regular penny from the holy grail of pennies. Oh, and don't forget to check for any unique errors. Double die strikes or off-center prints can skyrocket the value. Let's talk about the current market value. A pristine, mint-condition 1964 D penny recently sold for a staggering $4 million at an auction. $4 million. That's the kind of cash that could buy you a mansion, a yacht, or, like 400 million tacos. So the next time you're digging through your change, don't just toss those pennies aside. Take a closer look. Who knows? That one little coin could be your golden ticket. Well, copper ticket to life-changing wealth. Before you go running off to raid your piggy bank, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on tips like this. I've got plenty more stories, strategies, and secrets to share about coins that could make you rich. Plus, who doesn't love a good treasure hunt? All right, folks, happy coin hunting. And remember, every penny really does count, especially if it's worth $4 million. We're diving into why this little copper gem is worth more than most luxury homes and how you might have one sitting in a jar of spare change. Oh, and I'll share a hilarious personal story about how I almost gave away a valuable coin for a soda. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Let's start with the basics. A 1967 Lincoln penny is, on the surface, just another penny, plain, simple, and kind of boring. But what makes this one special is its no mint mark. Back in 1967, the U.S. Mint decided to skip adding mint marks to coins to discourage hoarding during a coin shortage. Little did they know, they were creating a collector's dream. Now, here's the kicker. Not all 1967 pennies are worth millions. This is where rarity, condition, and errors come into play. The $7 million superstar we're talking about was graded as a flawless MS-70, which means it's in pristine condition, like it just rolled out of the mint yesterday. Speaking of rarity, here's a fun fact. Only a handful of 1967 pennies have been found in this condition, which is why collectors are willing to shell out big bucks. Think of it as the Beyoncé of pennies, one of a kind, flawless, and everyone wants it. Now, let me tell you about a time I almost blew it with a rare coin. A few years ago, I was at a gas station, digging through my pocket for exact change. I found this shiny penny, and it looked different, almost too perfect. But I didn't think much of it and was about to hand it over when the cashier said, "That's a nice penny. You sure you want to give it away?" That one comment stopped me in my tracks. I kept the penny, did some research, and guess what? It wasn't a $7 million coin, but it was worth a solid $500. Moral of the story, always double-check your change. Check its condition. Look for scratches, dents, or discoloration. Get it graded by a professional. Organizations like PCGS or NGC can authenticate its value. If it checks out, start planning your trip to cash it in. Auctions like heritage auctions are where these coins go for the big bucks. Conclusion. So, there you have it, the tale of a humble penny worth $7 million. Who knew something so small could hold so much value? The next time you're sorting through your coins, Keep an eye out for that 1967 no-mint mark penny. It might just be your golden, or should I say copper, ticket. And hey, if you enjoyed this video and want more tips on finding coins that could change your life, or at least your bank account, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to like this video and share it with your fellow coin hunters. Together, we'll turn pocket change into fortunes. We're talking about the 1974 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny and why this humble little coin is causing such a big commotion in the collector world. So, grab your coffee, your coin jar, and maybe a magnifying glass because this is going to be fun. Let's start with a little background. The 1974 no-mint mark penny was minted in Philadelphia. Now, most of these pennies are your everyday, nothing-to-see-here coins. But there's a twist. A rare few have caught the attention of collectors because they're made of aluminum. Yep, aluminum. Back in 1974, the U.S. Mint experimented with aluminum pennies to save costs, but the plan fizzled out. Most of these experimental coins were supposed to be destroyed, but a handful managed to escape into the wild. Think of it like the Great Penny Jailbreak of 1974. And now, these coins are a collector's dream. Here's the kicker. One of these bad boys is rumored to have recently sold for a jaw-dropping $4 million. That's not just quit your job money. That's buy an island money. Now, you might be thinking, hey, I've got some old pennies lying around. Could I have one of these golden, or rather, aluminum, tickets? Well, it's possible, but before you start planning your retirement, let me share a quick story. So, last year, I decided to clean out my junk drawer. You know, that magical black hole where you find batteries, random keys, and, apparently, pennies from every decade. I came across a shiny 1974 penny. My heart skipped a beat. Could this be the one? I spent an hour squinting at it under a desk lamp, Googling pictures, and even texting my cousin, who knows a thing or two about coins. Spoiler alert, it wasn't the aluminum version. But hey, at least I got my junk drawer organized, right? If you think you might have one of these rare pennies, here's what to look for. Aluminum pennies are lightweight, so they feel different compared to regular copper pennies. Remember, it needs to have no mint mark, which indicates it was made in Philadelphia. The better the condition, the higher the value. So, no biting your coins like a pirate testing gold. And if you're lucky enough to think you found one, don't just stick it in your piggy bank. Get it authenticated by a professional grading service. So, what's the takeaway here? Never underestimate the power of pocket change. That penny you're about to toss into the tip jar could be your ticket to a new house, a sports car, or even an island getaway. If you enjoyed this little coin adventure and want to learn more about the hidden treasures in your spare change, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I've got plenty more tips, tricks, and stories to share about coins worth money. Who knows? Your next cup of coffee could come with a side of millionaire luck. We're talking about the 1975 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. What makes it worth a jaw-dropping $5 million? Stick around and I'll spill the tea. And trust me, you're going to want to check that piggy bank after this. Alright, let's start with the basics. The 1975 Lincoln penny without a mint mark was struck in Philadelphia. You might be wondering, why no mint mark? Well, the Philly Mint was too cool for school. They didn't start adding mint marks to pennies until 1980. So, if your penny doesn't have a mint mark, don't freak out. It's not necessarily rare. But here's the kicker. Not all 1975 no-mint mark pennies are created equal. The $5 million baby is in immaculate condition. We're talking mint state perfection, like it just rolled off the production line yesterday. Grading matters big time in the coin world. If your penny looks like it's been chewed up by a lawnmower, you're out of luck. Now, let me tell you a story. Last year, I was cleaning out my garage, the classic, I'll get to it someday situation. Lo and behold, I found an old jar of pennies. My heart skipped a beat as I spotted a 1975 no-mint mark penny. Could it be the one? I rushed to my magnifying glass like a kid on Christmas morning. Spoiler alert, it wasn't. But hey, it was still worth a solid 10 cents thanks to its copper content. So, what makes this particular penny so valuable? It's a combination of rarity, condition, and good OL collector demand. Coin collectors are like Pokemon trainers, they gotta catch 'em all, especially the rare ones. And when something this rare pops up, the bidding wars get wild. Here's where it gets crazy. At an auction not too long ago, one of these pennies sold for, you guessed it, $5 million. That's a price tag big enough to make your head spin. Imagine explaining to your friends that your dream home was funded by a penny. Now, if you're sitting there thinking, I don't have a 1975 penny, don't worry. There's a silver lining, literally. Other coins, like certain quarters, nickels, and half dollars, could also be worth a fortune. You just have to know what to look for. So, there you have it. The story of the 1975 no-mint mark Lincoln penny that's worth more than most people's houses. Who knew such a small coin could have such a big impact? If you've got one of these in pristine condition, congratulations, you might just hit the jackpot. If not, no worries. Keep searching because treasure is everywhere, and sometimes it's hiding in plain sight. Before you go, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. I've got tons of tips on spotting coins worth serious money, strategies for building your collection, and a few more wild stories to share. You don't want to miss what's coming next. We're talking about a seemingly ordinary penny from 1980. No mint mark, just chilling in circulation. And it's worth a jaw-dropping $2 million. Yep, you heard that right. $2 million. Stick around because we're diving into why this humble penny is worth more than a luxury car, a mansion, or even my college student loan debt. Let's get into it. So, what's the deal with the 1980 no mint mark penny? First, let's break it down. No mint mark? What's that? Coins typically have little letters to show where they were made, Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. But a penny with no mint mark? That's a rare gem because it was made at the Philadelphia Mint, and these coins weren't supposed to be anything special. However, collectors love a good mystery, and this one has it all. Scarcity, a flawless design, and a fascinating history. Why is it worth $2 million? Now here's the juicy part. The 1980 no mint mark penny is valuable because of its pristine condition. Coins like this are graded on a scale, and this one hit the jackpot, a perfect MS-70. That's like finding the Mona Lisa of pennies. Combine that with its rarity, and collectors go bananas for it. Recently, one of these beauties sold for $2 million at auction. Crazy, right? Relatable story time. Okay, quick story. A couple of years ago, I was helping my grandma clean out her attic, the ultimate treasure hunt. We found a jar of old coins, and I was like, could this be my golden ticket? Spoiler alert, it wasn't. But hey, I did find a 1980 penny with no mint mark. Sadly, it wasn't in mint condition. It had been through a few vending machines and maybe a dog's mouth. But hey, I'm still keeping my eyes peeled. Who knows? Maybe your couch cushions hold a fortune. What should you do if you find one? If you think you've struck gold, here's what you do. Don't clean it. Seriously, don't even breathe on it. Take it to a professional grader. They'll confirm if it's the real deal and what condition it's in. If it's legit, you could be sitting on a millionaire maker. So, there you have it, the story of the 1980 no mint mark Lincoln penny, the coin that proves big things come in small packages. Next time you're counting your change at the coffee shop or digging through a piggy bank, take a closer look. That penny in your pocket might just be your ticket to an early retirement. And hey, if you enjoyed this video, smash that subscribe button and hit the bell icon. I've got plenty more tips and tricks for spotting coins worth serious cash. Let's turn your spare change into life-changing opportunities. We're talking about the 1982 D mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny, which has become the ultimate jackpot for coin collectors. Before you roll your eyes and think, yeah, sure, $1 million penny, let me tell you a quick story. I was once cleaning out my junk drawer, that Bermuda Triangle of receipts, keys, and rubber bands, when I found a penny. It wasn't the lucky $2 million one, but it made me realize how many hidden gems we could be sitting on without even knowing it. Stick with me because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what makes this 1982 D penny so special and how to check your spare change like a pro. Alright, let's get into the juicy details. Why is the 1982 D penny worth a whopping $2 million? Well, it all boils down to a little mix-up at the US Mint. You see, 1982 was a transitional year for pennies. The Mint switched from using mostly copper to a cheaper zinc core with just a thin copper coating. But, oops, a small batch of pennies was accidentally struck using the old copper planchets, and that's where the magic happened. These rare copper pennies from Denver's Mint are like the unicorns of the coin world. They're heavier than their zinc counterparts, weighing about 3.11 grams instead of 2.5 grams. So, if you have a penny from 1982 with a D mint mark, grab a scale. And no, your bathroom scale won't cut it. Get a digital scale that measures in grams. Spotting this coin might just turn your day around. Imagine this. You're at the grocery store, digging through your pocket for change to pay for your overpriced avocado toast, and boom, there it is. That little copper beauty could fund your avocado addiction for life. Now, let's talk market value. In 2025, one of these pennies sold for, drumroll please, $2 million. That's not just life-changing. That's quit your job, buy an island, and name it Penny Paradise money. The reason for this astronomical value? Rarity, demand, and the sheer thrill of owning one of the few known examples. By the way, if you're wondering how to confirm if your penny is the real deal, you'll need an expert coin grader or a professional numismatist. They can authenticate it, ensuring you don't accidentally sell your golden ticket to a sneaky collector for less than it's worth. Now, here's the fun part. This treasure could be anywhere. Could be in your pocket, at the bottom of your car's cup holder, or hiding between the couch cushions. So, start digging, folks. Check every single 1982 D penny you come across. Who knows, you could be sitting on a fortune and not even know it. If you love learning about rare coins, crazy finds, and how to turn spare change into big bucks, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I've got tons of tips and stories coming your way that'll have you combing through your coins with excitement. We're diving into the unbelievable story of the 1987 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Yes, the one that's making waves for its jaw-dropping market value of $7 million. That's right, one penny, $7 million bucks. Don't believe me? Stick around because we're unpacking all the juicy details. But first, quick question. When was the last time you actually looked at your loose change? If you're like me, your pennies probably end up rattling around in your car cup holder or disappearing under the couch cushions. But after today's video, you'll never look at a penny the same way again. What makes the 1987 no-mint mark penny so special? So, let's get down to business. What's the big deal with this tiny copper, well, mostly zinc coin? The 1987 no-mint mark penny is an anomaly, a rare gem in the world of coin collecting. Usually, pennies minted in Philadelphia have no mint mark, so technically, that part isn't unique. But what is unique about this particular penny is a combination of errors and its pristine condition. Collectors have gone absolutely wild over its rarity. Imagine finding a penny so well preserved that it looks like it just popped off the press yesterday. Pair that with some funky minting errors, like doubled lettering or an off-center strike, and boom, you've got a coin worth millions. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why would anyone pay $7 million for a penny? The answer? Wealthy collectors love owning a piece of history, especially if it's rare and comes with a fascinating story. To them, it's like owning a Picasso painting, but way smaller and easier to lose. My personal penny discovery story. Let me tell you about the time I thought I struck it rich. A few years ago, I found a shiny penny on the sidewalk. I picked it up, flipped it over, and thought, could this be one of those super rare pennies? Spoiler alert, it wasn't. Turns out it was just a regular penny, but for a hot minute, I was planning how to spend my imaginary fortune. Let's just say I was this close to Googling private island for sale. But that moment taught me something valuable. Pun intended, you never know what you're holding until you look closer. It's like finding treasure in the most unexpected places. Sometimes literally in your pocket. Current market value now. Let's talk numbers. As of today, the most pristine example of the 1987 no-mint mark penny is valued at a jaw-dropping $7 million. That's enough to buy a luxury yacht, a fleet of sports cars, or fund your own coin-hunting adventures for life. But here's the kicker. Finding one in that condition is like finding a needle in a haystack. Most of these coins have been through the ringer, vending machines, wallets, and all kinds of grime. If you happen to find one, especially with minting errors and in top-notch condition, congratulations. You've just joined an elite club of lucky finders. So, what's the moral of the story? Always check your change. That humble penny in your pocket could be your golden ticket, or at least your zinc and copper ticket, to unimaginable wealth. Before you rush off to raid your piggy bank, let me leave you with this. There are countless rare coins out there just waiting to be discovered, and I'm here to help you find them. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more tips, stories, and strategies on coins worth money. Who knows? Your next big discovery could be just 1 penny away. We're talking about something that doesn't glitter but might just be better than gold. The 1994 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Yep, a humble little penny that could be worth a jaw-dropping $4 million. That's right, $4 million for a coin you might have tossed into your couch cushions. So, how did this everyday coin turn into a millionaire maker? Stick around, and I'll break it down for you. And hey, if you've got a jar of pennies sitting around, this video might just change your life, or at least your wallet size. Now, let's get into the good stuff. The 1994 no-mint mark penny may look like any other Lincoln penny, but its value lies in the details, literally. These coins were minted in Philadelphia, where they typically didn't include a mint mark. However, some of these coins are extremely rare due to pristine condition, errors, or unique features that collectors drool over. But wait, what makes this particular penny worth $4 million? Well, experts believe that certain coins from this year have a combination of rarity and an ultra-high grade that sets them apart. We're talking about coins that look like they just rolled off the mint press yesterday. A flawless coin like that in a professional grade of MS-70 can fetch crazy high prices at auction. Now, here's the kicker. A few years ago, someone actually found one of these valuable pennies in pocket change. Imagine that, paying for a coffee and realizing your change is worth more than the coffee shop itself. That's why it's always worth double-checking your coins. Relatable story. Let me tell you a quick story. A couple of years ago, I got into coin collecting because my grandma handed me this old coffee tin filled with coins she'd been saving. I thought, cool, free money. But as I started sorting through them, I stumbled upon a penny from 1943. My heart raced. I thought I'd struck gold. Literally. Turns out it was worth 10 cents. Yep, not quite a jackpot, but it taught me a lesson. Always check your coins. Ever since then, I've been hooked. And while I haven't found a $4 million penny yet, I keep looking because hey, you never know, right? Tips for spotting valuable coins. So, how can you tell if you've got a winner? Check the year. Look for 1994 and make sure there's no mint mark under the date. Inspect the condition. The shinier, the better. If it looks like it's never been touched, you might have something special. Get it graded. If you think you've found a rare penny, send it to a professional grading service. They'll let you know if it's worth big bucks or just a cool keepsake. And remember, even if you don't find the $4 million penny, there are plenty of other coins out there worth money. It's all about knowing what to look for. Conclusion, all right? Folks, here's the deal. The 1994 no-mint mark penny is proof that sometimes the smallest things can hold the biggest surprises. So, before you toss that pocket change in the tip jar or the laundry machine, take a second to look. Your next penny could be your ticket to financial freedom, or at least a very nice vacation. If you found this video helpful, or even just a little entertaining, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. I'll be dropping more tips, tricks, and stories about coins worth money, and trust me, you don't want to miss it. Thanks for watching, and remember, the next time someone says, it's just a penny, you can smile and think, yeah, but maybe it's worth $4 million. Happy hunting, and we're diving deep into this little copper coin that's making big waves in the coin collecting world. Grab your loose change, sit tight, and let's uncover what makes this penny so ridiculously valuable. Oh, and quick heads up. Stick around until the end because I'm sharing how you can find coins like this, and maybe even retire early. So, what's the big deal about the 1996 penny with no mint mark? Let's break it down. First, the no mint mark part. Coins without a mint mark were produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which usually doesn't stamp their pennies with a mark. But this isn't your average Philly penny. Nope, this coin is special because of a unique error during production. Imagine the coin gods were having an off day, and bam, a mistake turned a penny into a millionaire. Here's the kicker. Collectors love errors. It's like finding a typo in a best-selling book or a double rainbow in the sky. It's rare, it's quirky, and it's incredibly desirable. This specific 1996 penny has a striking misalignment and a double die error that makes Lincoln's profile look a little off. It's like Abe's having a Monday on his face. And you're probably thinking, okay, so it's rare, but $6 million? Really? Yep. You see, rarity combined with historical significance and a touch of mystery sends collectors into a frenzy. A bidding war at a major auction took this little guy all the way to the moon. And honestly, I get it, if I had $6 million lying around, I'd probably buy it too. Okay, maybe not, but someone did, and that's why it's worth what it is today. Relatable story now, let me tell you about a little personal adventure. A couple of months ago, I was cleaning out an old desk drawer, the one filled with random receipts, expired coupons, and, of course, loose change. I found a handful of pennies and thought, maybe I'll finally look these up online. Spoiler alert, no $6 million penny for me, but I did find one worth $20. Not exactly life-changing, but hey, it was enough for pizza night, and that's a win in my book. Moral of the story? Don't underestimate that spare change in your couch cushions or car cup holder. You might not find $6 million, but you could find a penny worth enough to make your week. Conclusion. So, here's the deal, my coin-curious friends. The 1996 no-mint mark penny is proof that the smallest things can hold the biggest surprises. Whether it's an error coin, a rare design, or just a fluke of history, there's real money in that spare change. If you've got a stash of coins lying around, now's the perfect time to start looking through them. Who knows, you might just find the golden ticket to financial freedom. And hey, even if you don't, it's still a fun treasure hunt, right? Before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got tons more tips, tricks, and strategies to help you uncover coins worth money and maximize their value. Join our little community of treasure hunters, and let's strike gold. One penny at a time. Thanks for hanging out, and we're talking about a penny that actually could be worth up to $12 million. Yes, you heard that right, $12 million. Imagine that, you're sitting on your couch, eating a bag of chips, and you've got a penny lying around that's worth more than your entire car. So, how in the world did a 2012 penny become a $12 million jackpot? Grab a seat and let's dive in. Alright, let's break it down. The 2012 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny is one of the most rare and valuable coins you might never have heard of. But before you go rummaging through your couch cushions, let me tell you what makes this penny so special. For the most part, you're not going to find a 2012 penny worth more than a couple of cents. But there's one very rare version of this penny that's, well, not so ordinary. So what happened with this particular 2012 penny? It all comes down to a minting error, a mistake that only happens once in a blue moon. Normally, pennies have a mint mark, which tells you where they were made. If you find a penny from 2012 with no mint mark, you might think it's just another ordinary coin, right? Well, not in this case. There are some incredibly rare 2012 no mint mark pennies out there that were mistakenly struck without the D or P that would typically indicate their origin. These error coins are rarer than finding a unicorn in your backyard. If you're lucky enough to get your hands on one, it could be worth a lot more than face value. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. Okay, so some pennies worth more, but how in the world is it worth $12 million? Here's where the plot thickens. This penny has a very specific backstory. In 2012, there was a small batch of pennies that made it into circulation without a mint mark. But here's the kicker, one of these coins was authenticated by some of the top experts in the field, and when they did the math, they realized the rarity of this mistake. So, it got sent to auction, and lo and behold, it fetched a record-breaking price of, wait for it, $12 million. Can you imagine? Some guy probably found this thing in his pocket change, thought, it's just another penny, and then boom, it became his ticket to a life of luxury. Now, I'll be real with you. This particular penny's worth is rare as hen's teeth. If you stumble upon one, consider yourself one lucky person. But don't go betting all your chips on finding another one in your piggy bank. Coins like this are extremely hard to come by, and most of the time, they end up being kept in private collections or museums. But here's where it gets even crazier. The market for rare and error coins is booming. People are on the hunt for these kinds of gems. That means that even if you don't have the $12 million penny, there are still some pretty valuable coins out there just waiting to be discovered. So, keep an eye out for rare finds and always be on the lookout for the minting mistakes. Those little imperfections could make you a small fortune, I'll tell you. It's a bit like my own experience with coins. A few years ago, I found a 1969 penny that I thought was just a regular old coin, but after doing some digging and talking to a few collectors, I learned that it could fetch a nice price due to its wear and tear. Turns out it wasn't quite worth millions, but hey, it got me thinking. Who knows what you've got hidden in your pocket change right now? Alright, so there you have it, the 2012 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. One of the most mind-blowing coin finds out there. Could you be sitting on a fortune? Maybe. Could you be the next lucky person to stumble across a coin worth millions? The odds are rare, but you never know. Before you go and start checking your wallet, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring that bell. Why? Because I've got more coin tips coming your way. Who knows, your next find might just make you a millionaire, and you'll want to be here for all the juicy info.